rid of the chat filter. Do this lighting thing. There we go. Please bear with me today. I am on a broken phone because I forgot to charge my regular one. So we're a mess, but it'll work. Hopefully I can read chat through this thing. But yeah. I cannot believe that actually worked. Definitely can't use it for coloring. If you guys could see the screen that I am looking through, you would understand why. Today's probably going to be a short one because I was not paying attention to my time, and it's later in the day than I like to do these, but that's okay. We will work with it. It's going to be a couple of days before I can get anything else out, so actually, you know what? We're going to do this part on this one. We're starting out with a nice bright color just because we can. There we go. Hello. I cannot read what you said, but hello, how are you? I do only speak English, unfortunately. Okay, that's actually really cool. Welcome in. I really, really appreciate the language switch. Hello, Miriam. Both likes and comments are very much appreciated. We are just chilling out, coloring, relaxing a little bit. If I don't see your comments particularly well, please don't take it personally. I forgot to charge my regular phone, so I'm on my very, very broken backup phone. I can mostly see, but the screen is quite shattered. I am answering you. Yes. I can't type while I'm doing this, but I can speak. I don't think I could type on this phone to save my life. Are you guys able to hear me? That's on. Okay. You should be able to hear me. If somebody can let me know if I am being silent or if you can, in fact, hear me chattering along, I would very much appreciate it. So that the phone shouldn't have much to do with that because I am connected through my Bluetooth. So the microphone's actually on my ear. There we go. I still have somebody in here. Hopefully you can hear me well enough. Here we go. We're at least getting something going here. Don't know what I would call them, but I kind of like it so far. How's everybody doing today? What is Top Fans? Sorry, I just saw that. That's kind of neat. I'm going to have to actually explore what Top Fans actually is, but I do very much appreciate seeing that. I am still very, very new to this whole live thing. If one of you guys could pop up in chat and let me know that you can actually hear me, I would very much appreciate it. Let's see, can I add to chat? I cannot. I cannot type in chat. Okay, good to know. Was just checking to see. There we go. So we are doing butterflies today because I needed something nice and mellow and relaxed. There we go. We're going to end up with some very, very colorful butterflies at the rate that I'm going, but that's okay. Colorful is a good thing. It has been a very hectic day, and I'm just kind of enjoying a little tiny bit of peace. And then I have to go through the fun of cleaning my kitchen and making dinner. Both are things I don't overly feel like doing, but they still have to get done. So for right now, we're just going to color. Because why not, right? And I am quite thoroughly just grabbing random colors because I can. And I do apologize if I go a little bit quiet from time to time. Sometimes I do just get caught up in the coloring and forget to actually say anything. I do that when I'm making my long forms as well. I just kind of forget that you are in fact supposed to talk. Yes, I could do one of those silent streams, but I think that would get pretty boring and my birds would sound pretty loud very quickly. But definitely not my thing. I'm happy to just chatter along while I'm coloring on here. I think that needs more blue. I think we are going to use a different, I don't know. Kind of debating real quick. I think we are going to do more of this blue because this is a really pretty blue. And why not, right? And I don't know if I'm going to do this whole thing today or not. Kind of depends. Usually if I can get a good conversation going, it makes it go a lot easier. If I'm just sitting here chattering at myself while you guys watch me color, it gets harder to maintain. But if I get somebody in talking to me, usually that I lose track of time and I'll sit here coloring for like 40 minutes before I realize what I'm doing. Yeah, that definitely needed some blue. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my birds are just doing all kinds of kissy noises in the background, which is ridiculous, but I love them. Hello. Gotta love a good yellow. Once I get these guys colored, then I just have to do the entire thing of flowers. And I missed this little guy up here. I was not paying attention to what I was doing. I grabbed this one thinking it was kind of simple. Okay. I had a moment there. It did not look like these guys were quite symmetrical, which, I mean, let's be real. It's supposed to be natural. It's not going to be perfectly symmetrical all the time. There we go. And I think we're going to do this section up here. I love a good yellow. It's just nice and bright and cheerful. Brightens up any page. Just small bits of yellow goes a long way. There we go. I'm not 100% certain if I should do this all one color or a couple of different colors. But I think I kind of want to go the all one color route. Maybe we'll go in with some black or a dark color and add a detail here and there, but I think we're going to go all in with the yellow because why not? And I am chattering at myself, which is okay. That happens from time to time. Hello, hello. How we doing today? I do hope you guys can hear me. I'm not sure if the person before couldn't hear me or couldn't understand me. I'm kind of okay with not being understood, but I'd hate to spend all of this time and realize that I am not coming through my microphone. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I think just because we can, we're going to come up here and give this guy some yellow too. And just as always, my birds are trying their absolute best to get me to come pay attention to them because I'm talking and not paying attention to them. That is a pretty standard thing with them. And I think we're going to use this on this whole section here. And yes, I could go like stained glass and go all different colors through here. I don't have the bandwidth to do that much detail. And I'm trying to do something pretty, but not over the top. I also have a limited amount of time that I can spend on this. So we're going to make it pretty, but not all the same. Or not all different. Even so, it's still going to be a very colorful set of butterflies. And I'm on my own again. It's kind of interesting watching people pop in and out. You never really know who is watching and who is just passing through. Hello, how are you? And we're going to call this part of this just because. That came out a little messy. My birds are trying so hard to get my attention. It is just mildly distracting. Ooh. I moved my arm and my shoulder popped. It's always fun. We'll add a touch of metallic purple here. That pencil is sharper than I realized. And I have come to the realization I cannot type in chat. I wasn't sure on that one, and I went to type in to see if you guys could hear me, and I have nowhere to put anything in there, so we're just going to trust that you guys can hear me and hope. I meant to put some copper on this one. I think. We're going to do, there we go, just this little oddball section here. Yesterday I did a spooky piece, today is butterflies. And it's moods. Whatever mood strikes me, and you never know what it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be until I start deciding which book I want to grab. So it's the way that goes, is it's just whatever book calls my attention that day. I think we're going to do this as well. Here we go. Let's give this guy a copper body, just because why not? I don't know why that didn't color his head in. That was strange. There we go. It's very odd to me how on the camera down here is shaded, but to me this whole thing is all lit up. Then again, it could just be that this phone is virtually shattered. Hello, Hashim. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I do hope you can hear me well enough. Oh, that's awful similar, isn't it? Oh, well. How are you doing today? Thank you. I wish I could claim this. It is actually just an advanced coloring book though. I'm doing pretty good. This is my relaxed time between getting things done in my chaotic house. So I have an excuse to color. I really can't complain too much. And I have kittens, which is an even better thing to be happy about, right? I guess it's not quite as similar as I thought it was. There we go. I have been behind schedule all day today. I'm usually done with all of my socials today by now. But I guess better late than never, right? I am from right in the middle of the United States. How about you? Give this little guy up here some love. I don't generally give my even close to my precise location out for privacy purposes, but I can give at least a basic idea like that. There are people on here who do know me personally, who actually know exactly where I'm at, but I try not to advertise it too heavily. Sorry for the movement off camera for a few minutes there. My pencil needed sharpening. And I think I might have over sharpened it, but that's all right. It'll soften up. This is something I'm still not very familiar with doing. There's a lot of parts to the live thing that I don't know a crazy lot about, but I have been enjoying it. I cannot paint. Well, I can paint, but I can't draw to save my life. I can color very well and I can trace pretty well, but I cannot draw. I wish I could. About the best I can do is a really impressive stick figure. And sometimes, if I'm really creative, I can put a dress on a stick figure. Yeah, I got a lot of artistic talent, but drawing is not one of them. Unless I have something, like I could easily transfer this onto something else. And the way that's done is you take a black or dark pencil and you color the whole back page with black or just regular number 2 pencil, and then you sit and trace it. I can do that way. I've done a few pieces with using that as a way to transfer what I wanted over onto them. But I cannot freehand on my own. I wish I could. It's an incredible talent. Now, one of my brothers can really well. My daughter can actually draw very well. Just not something I ever got the skill with. I used to try. I guess we were not satisfied with my I can't draw, I can color answer. That's okay. I am not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm more of a cup of coffee anyway. But coloring I enjoy very, very much. Welcome in. If you pop in to my lives, a lot of the coloring books that I work in actually come very, very cheap from the Dollar General. I could take the price tag off, but I'm not gonna. It seems like an awful lot of work for no reason whatsoever. But they actually have pretty decent little coloring books. They have some branded ones as well. I won't do those here because I'm not trying to get a copyright strike on something silly like that. But I will enjoy this type of stuff. Let's see. I still have to do all my flowers, but we're almost done with the butterflies, so we'll focus on that first. Well, that was weird. I don't know if I managed to touch with the wood or what, but I put the pencil down and nothing came off of on the paper for a second there. Don't ask me why I decided he needed a green body. He just did. I kind of like that though, with the green and then the purple and red and then more green. I think the green is going to be the final color on this little butterfly. Since I got the other two finished, I actually very much like this green, so it's a good color for him. And it breaks up some of the warmer colors a little bit. Let's see. Holy crow. I've been on here almost a half an hour already. Which is my goal time, so I am not complaining about that. I try to do at least 30 minutes if I go live because it gives people a chance to pop in. And if they want to stay the whole time, it's not an insane amount of time. But if they want to pop back in later, they can still catch me and see where it turned into. Where if you go for hours on end or if you only go for a few minutes, both make it a lot harder to do that sort of thing. So now I'm just going in and doing some of these flowers. I'm going to do the buds in this pink, and then I think I'll do the flowers in a darker pink or a red. And then we'll go back through and do all of the vines and stuff in a green. There we go. Ooh, I like this one. I think we'll go with this for the flowers. And I am by myself again. But that happens. I'm not too complaining about it. Would be kind of silly, wouldn't it? If I was somebody that shared my stuff out really hard and heavy, I might get my feelings hurt if I was by myself a lot in the chat. But I just kind of pop up, and see who pops in. So we don't get too fussy with people here. Except the occasional time I've had somebody come in and say offensive things for no apparent reason. That I don't deal with. Seems kind of silly to go into a coloring live to post unkind things for no apparent reason. I don't get it. It is not my cup of tea. So if I'm drinking tea, I'm probably not feeling well because I am more of a coffee person. And I'm not going super crazy on the details on these flowers because they are not the focal point. They are a background piece. And I've spent the past half an hour making 3 butterflies really, really pop. And I don't want to take away from that. I am also trying to finish up because I don't want to do too long here. As I said before, I try to aim for about 30 to 40 minutes. It's long enough to be enjoyable without being long enough to feel like I'm trying to monopolize people's time. You talk for a half an hour straight and see how clearly you can keep it going. Sometimes it's just a little tricky. There we go. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. I honestly completely forgot that the flower part existed, so that's on me. I just got very, very hung up on making the butterflies really unique. It happens. I'm human. At least I didn't leave them unfinished at all. I guess I could have. I mean, it's a coloring sheet. It's not the end of the world if you leave a piece white. But it's not something I usually do. I try to at least finish what I started in a live. Because then you have to, if you don't, then you have to figure out, do you have enough to support a second live? Are you comfortable throwing some randomness into, like, switching projects in the middle of a live, which I have done on occasion, or, you know, things like that. And that is more than I want to have to think about doing ahead of time. I like to just sit down, color, and chit-chat, and not have to think too hard about any one thing. And I know that might be a little bit odd, but you know what? I'm allowed. There we go. I don't know if that's supposed to be leaf or flower, but it is going to be leaf because I said so. So I think I'm going to hold off and not do a background on this one. Just because I think that would kind of overtake everything. I do like the amount of color that it has. So I am going to call it a day today. And I thank everybody for popping in. And I will talk to you guys next time.